It's your boy Terrence Carter, TC Talks, TC Fitness, and I'm here, back at it again with another video. So I'm gonna start this video off like this. When it comes down to life, you cannot let a job control your life. What do I mean by that? When I look at the world for what it is, right, and I see how some jobs can make people internally angry. They overwork you and they underpay you. You start to feel like a robotic slave. And it can start to mess with you mentally because your higher self knows that you are worth way more than this, than what these jobs are showing you. And when people say that the acronym for job is just over broke, I start to see how true that really is. You give away so much time and energy of your life. You can't get the time back. And yet, when you look at your paycheck, you start to realize why people live paycheck to paycheck. Now, y'all can sit there and say, some people have bad spending habits. That's absolutely true. But I can also tell y'all this. These jobs don't pay enough money. Number one. And then number two, if you do overtime, you get taxed so much from the overtime that you don't really get to see it. And then number three, if you don't own nothing, then you're cooked. But I say all that to say, you have to value your skills that you have internally over the job. Because your skills can always pay you. The job can get rid of you whenever they want. You can underperform. They could do layoffs. The manager could just not like you. And I made a video speaking about feeling targeted at the workplace or feeling targeted on semen retention because it's the truth. Yesterday, for example, I worked 13 hours, bro. They say there's 24 hours in a day. And I do this because the time on the clock is not real. But anyway, I'm like, yo, I just literally worked half of a day. Because 12 hours would be half of 24. And I sat to myself and I said, I didn't get to work on anything that I wanted to work on. Now, y'all can sit there and say, at least you made some money, bruh. But do you understand what I had to go through? Physically. Mentally. The wear and tear on my body. And it's not, bro, it's not complaining. Like, so many people think that just because you're expressing yourself or you're speaking the truth or you're talking about what you've been through, it is complaining. It's not complaining, bro. It is just speaking the truth. You know? And I honestly speak this because when people think that quote unquote slavery went away, no, it never went away, bro. They mentally try to enslave the human being. They try to mentally enslave you to think that this job is your life. This is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And then we're going to give you a retirement, we're going to give you a pension. There we go. We're going to tell you what age you retire, and then we're going to give you a thank you. And then the next person that's young is going to take your place. I seen how happy I was when I first got here. When I first started working at, the place that I work at. And that's because I was excited for something new. But the mental, the physical stress, the terrible management, that made me realize, like, I was better off just working for myself. And then you get this false sense of security when people think oh, this job could never get rid of me. I've been working here for 15 years. I've been working here for 20 years. You think they care about that? You gave 15 years, 20 years of your life that you can't get back for a paycheck. And I get it. We all have things to take care of in life. We all have bills to take care of. We all have, not all of us have debts to pay, but some of us have debts. It could be credit card debt. It could be student loan debt. It could be whatever. Things you gotta take care of, right? So you're dependent on the job. You're dependent on the check. But you don't ever want to put your life in the hands of another person. Don't let that go over your head. You don't ever want to give somebody else that much control over your life. Because then that makes you feel like you're not a self-sufficient person. You cannot fend for yourself. I pay attention to how I be feeling, bro. I pay attention to my physical aspect of me, my physical well-being, my mental well-being. Then I'm like, nah, like, I don't want to lose myself over this job. They pay you just enough just to pay your bills. And it's sad that you have to do 50 hours to 60 hours a week just to see a decent check. That's not humanity, bruh. That's sad. That I gotta physically work. And it's not lazy, once again, for those that be saying that shit. Nah, y'all just program bots, bro. Because you got people that's making millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, doing what they love to do. Being creative, adding value to the planet, investing in stocks, investing in real estate. They making way more money than you will ever make physically, at physically demanded jobs, paying you $20 an hour, bro. And here's the kicker. You gotta wait 12 years, 13 years just to reach this top pay. When the cost of living is gonna keep rising, so that whatever you making, let's say you making $40 an hour, that $40 an hour is gonna feel like $30 an hour. So I remind myself to value my skills, value my creativity, do the things that I want to do in order to get to where I want to be. Because if I keep on thinking that, oh, this system is working in my favor, no, it's not, right? W-2 workers, they get taxed the highest. You getting taxed 30, like damn near 30%, right? So let's just say you make $20 an hour. I looked this up, bro, myself. I said, I put in chat GPT, how much is $20 an hour after taxes? So after 30%, that's like $14 an hour. But the job is not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you how much you're truly making. They're just gonna sell you this image and this facade. Oh, you're gonna make this amount of money per hour. So that you attach to that. But then once you get into it and you start to see, damn, all of this work, all of this physical labor, all of this just for this. But you seeing people on TikTok making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year making TikTok videos. You seeing people on YouTube making $10,000, $20,000 a month making YouTube videos. And then you doing all this physically demanding stuff for $20 an hour? So am I supposed to sell myself short to be a conditioned bot because everybody else is doing it? No. Am I supposed to not take care of my physical well-being and my mental well-being for a job that would replace me the next day? No. I have to always take care of myself. I have to always make sure that I'm okay because I'm the one that's living in my body and I'm the one that has to deal with it, bro. It is sad that I still have to do Uber Eats even outside of this job because the job don't pay enough, right? But everybody thinks, oh, if you work for the post office, you make money. No, they don't. Maybe back in the days when life was cheaper. But right now, in 2025, oh no. No. These jobs are purposely paying low wages to keep the people coming back. But never let a job take over your well-being, bro. Because your sense of security should always come from within you. You see what I'm saying? You learning more skills, you applying more pressure to yourself to get better at the skills, to get better at your craft. That should pay you for the rest of your life. That should help you out in life. Not thinking that, oh, this job is gonna save me. You're not. I see so many old people there. They in their 60s. Late 50s, early 60s. They gave their life away. I'm still young. I still got my vitality. I still got energy. I'm not giving my life away to nobody. I don't care who you are. Like I tell you all the time, one thing people be afraid to do is speak out, speak the truth, bro. I see the matrix for what it is, bro. It's by design. Paycheck to paycheck. 2 checks a month. If you get paid every week, that's much better. You still gotta have money management skills. You still gotta invest into assets. Because it's not about how much you make, it's about what you do with what you're making. You understand what I'm saying? Luckily, I'm on semen retention, so my energy keeps me going, right? Sometimes I'll be asking myself, how am I even pushing through this? How am I even persevering, bro? Like, how am I doing this? Day in and day out, day in and day out. How? But I remember, God is always getting me through it. God is always pushing me through it. God is showing me the things that I need to see. In order for you to get yourself out of this, you need to invest more of your income, keep on delaying your gratification, and keep working on your craft, keep working on your things, right? It may not be paying you right now hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not even, this YouTube channel don't even pay me $100 a month, rarely, right? Unless it builds up like over time, month for month for month, and then I get a payout. But I gotta still work it. I gotta still work on my craft, bro, because I can't just give up on what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I can't just not do what I want to do because of a job. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that to myself. So I'ma always remind myself, like, what you're doing, what you're working on is important. You have to keep contributing to it. There's people out there that you need to keep on helping, including yourself. You know, there's people that be needing these messages. There's people that support you on your journey of life. You know what I'm saying? I tell you all the time, get on SR, get on NoFap, stop watching PMO, learn about the stock market, invest your money, save your money. Like, I be telling y'all this stuff because I'm doing this. Yesterday, I got so mad because of the micromanaging at the workplace. I got so mad, I invested $200 in the market yesterday because I'm like, yo, bro, nah. It was an energy transmutation. Like, instead of like lashing out on the manager, because the manager is terrible. Now, I'll be honest with y'all, and I don't care. The manager is terrible, bro. She don't know how to manage. Instead of lashing out on her, I took that same energy and I put that into the stock market, bro. Because I know that my only way out is by me getting rich, by me getting wealthy. When you have money, you have options. You can do whatever you want to do. When you have money, you can do whatever you want to do because money is the equation to freedom. But why you think people live check to check? Because the job don't pay you enough what? Money. That's why I say skills. The stock market is my skill. That's one of my skills. If I keep on investing my money, if I keep on investing into growth stocks, if I keep on owning more real estate, eventually I'll be able to leave the fucking wage cage system, bruh. It's all by design. You gotta realize the job does not care about you. They care about what you can produce for them. I gotta take care of my mental well-being, bro. I have to, because I'm all I got. I'm all I got. Of course I have God. Of course I have my family. Of course I have my lady. But I have to take care of me. How I'm gonna take care of other people if I'm not taking care of myself? Makes no sense. I'm about to go out there later today, do some Uber Eats. But we're gonna keep growing on this YouTube channel. Channel's gonna do what it's gonna do. Views is gonna do what it's gonna do. Watch hour is gonna do what it's gonna do. It's not in my control. Only thing I can control is posting content. But I hope y'all okay. Hope y'all been taking care of yourselves. Sorry for not posting yesterday. Like I said, I worked 13 hours the whole day. Gone. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Retain the game. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back at it with some more videos. Yeah.